large-scale off-road final here. And you've had a great start from Plinko in second. He backed off and let Valkyrs get past him. So it's Ken Valkyrs leading from Mike Plinko in second. Third appears to still be it's Carl Norris, 1, 2, and 3. A great start from Valkyrs. You don't want to let him get away. He's flying already. And Valkyrs comes into the King Cobra corner for the first time. Plinko's number 2 car looks a little bit more nervous than Valkyr, who's already got himself a lovely lead. And the car 8, I'm afraid, has had a suspension failure. So we've lost Luke Vandenberg. So the rear suspension failure very early on. And the battle is second and third. So let's drop back to second because already Valkyrs has got away and Mike Plinko needs to catch him up. But at the same time, he also needs to try and shed Carl Norris, who we spoke to in the abbreviated pit walk earlier. And he's doing a double with a 2-wheel drive. So Valkyrs is away. This is Plinko in second. 1.6 second lead there for Valkyrs. They're 43 flat, which is a good 4-wheel drive time. You sure that Valkyrs doesn't put drive shafts in his front wheels? He's actually flying. 4th place is Dan Kriebom. 5th place is Martin Kraus. Bad start for Mulder. He's dropped down to 9th. 8th actually because one of the cars has dropped out. 1, 2, and 3 stretching out. I think what has happened here is the thing that Plinko didn't want to happen, in that Valkus has got himself into a rhythm almost immediately and is pulling away. Another 0.8 of a second there. Ken absolutely creaming away from the rest of the track at the moment. Let's move back to our leader again because there's no immediate threat to him and he's looking pretty good. He really has got that car sorted, and I think it's going to be a very, very difficult task for anyone to get near Ken, to be honest. I thought Mike was going to be faster than this, but he's already dropped way off. Another lap round, and Valkus does a 43.2. Mike Plinko of 44.0, and the lead after just 3 laps is already 4 seconds. And Mike's not making mistakes. Ken's just driving amazingly. Oh, to that point, but he's got away with it. So Valkus is pushing, as we saw from the roll there, but he knows what he needs to do. He can just kind of sort of break the spirit of Mike in the first few laps. We are just 3 minutes down, 4 laps down. His lead is 3 seconds after that roll in the last one, which cost him exactly a second on Mike and 2 seconds his normal time. Let's talk back to our 3rd place man, who is Carl Norris, who actually is beginning to seem to get a little bit closer to Mike in second, Mike Plinko. Carl in the orange and blue car, as Luke Vandenberg, I think, is rejoining the race. See what he can pick up from this. And I would say that Luke can take a little bit of oversteer moment there. He's looking very much like he's got a bit of a... Came to second last time on Mike. So, obviously very happy it's dry. As we all are at the moment. Not only is it dry, it's warm enough for me to take my coat off for the first time in 2 days. This is July. Oh, and a mistake by... Is that Plinko made a mistake? Yeah, so into second place goes Norris. So, Plinko, rather than taking the battle to Valkus, which is not happening at all, Valkus is not happening at all, he's now dropped himself to 3rd, behind Luke Norris. Valkyr's lead moves up to 6 seconds after 5 minutes. So now the question is, can Norris gap Plinko in third? Or will Plinko manage to get the second step on the rostrum? Because right now, Ken Valkus is in a different race. That's also a race he's winning, by the way. So he's actually winning the race and he's winning the different races in as well, with very little hardship at all. The battle really of interest mode is for second place, and we've got Norris on camera, and you'll see flashing in behind him occasionally is Mike Plinko. Norris with the ornament. I think Plinko's got the small wheels. So I think we've got a small-wheeled Plinko and a large-wheeled Norris. That's the diameter of the wheels. Smaller wheels are more agile, larger wheels are more stable, is the shorthand for the reasoning behind them, given us by owner Abbas, the designer and owner of Elcon Racing. And that time round, 4/10 game for Norris over Plinko. So, that's going to be most of the lead gone. He rolls, and you can see now Plinko right behind him. And then Plinko completely loused it up by braking badly on the stones. And two wheels again for Norris. Now, all he's doing basically is just putting Ken Valkus even further ahead. Drop back to third place, man. The two car with the black front wheels, the white rear wheels, the Dutchman, Mike Plinko. A bit closer this time round after two mistakes by Norris and one mistake by him. Piero from Contact Tyres is beneath us. He's going to make a local trip. He lives now in Northampton, working with Schumacher. Piero Torregoni. So interesting, even though this is a muddy field in the middle of Northamptonshire, a lot of the great and the good of RC racing are turning up here and there. This is a better lap for Mike in first. Mike's looked a little bit more on it this lap. He's managed to have the car pointing where he wants to have. Whether he had a nervous start, whether he's taking the time to get into a rhythm. But certainly this lap from Mike has been significantly better. He didn't quite do that section in and out of the gravel hairpin that well. And it was in the net result was he did exactly the same time as Norris, but he was looking good for a while. Everyone's pace has eased back a bit. Even Valkus' pace has gone back a tiny amount. Kriebel in fourth, Kraus in fifth. So it's Belgium, Great Britain, Netherlands, Czech Republic at the moment. But the lead that Norris has is about to disappear after he made a mistake there. So the cars are going right together. It was this part of the track about 5 laps ago that Norris took second place when Plinko hit the outside of the not-so-bank corner. And out the inside goes Plinko. Norris says, no, thank you. Not having that one. They come the straight. So Norris again holds the lead, tightening through the King Cobra corners over the hump. Turn in and over the tabletop. It's a difficult section with two-wheel drive, the brick section. There's no grip in the dry, let alone the wet, but we are dry at the moment. Finally got the inside there, and he's touched him and he's waited. So he's got the memo about sportsmanlike driving. And one of the interesting things is that this track, there are large sections of this track where for a large-scale car there is only one line. And another line not only doesn't work, but actually it will cost you a severe amount of time just trying to take it to go past. So sometimes you'll have a large-scale car that's made a mistake, but you can't do anything but just wait for it to start again, because to drive around it would take too long. So Luke and Mike nailed together now, and we are just coming up, not quite there, nearly 1/3 distance, nearly 10 minutes of the half hour is down. Ken Valkus in the lead by 12 seconds at the moment. Luke Norris in second and Mike Plinko in third on camera are not 12 seconds apart, they're not even 12 metres apart. And Plinko, beautiful run there up the inside. And let's wait to see if he can hold it, and then we'll look at that one again with a... Oh, no, now they hit each other, and I'm not sure who gets that one there. And yeah, that's right. So Plinko takes the lead, and we'll just give him a couple of corners. We'll look at that one again on a Duke Racing replay. Let's see how Plinko took it. Comes down and up the inside. You can see any second now. There he comes. Nice pitch on the camera. It's better on the inside there, and bang, up he goes. So nicely passed there, Plinko. Got the inside line. One of the few places where almost a traditional overtaking manoeuvre is. This place a lap ago. Coming into this hairpin, we actually did a very traditional sort of full-size racing thing. We just basically went up the inside and managed to come up and around. You know, normally Luke's car didn't take quite the racing line, didn't cut back in again from its turn left, and therefore there's a gap, and up he went. So now Plinko's got past. Is he going to be able to gap Luke? Got a little bit of a gain this time, but Luke needs to settle down. Valkus is 16 seconds ahead of Plinko. It now seems, actually does now seem he's got the momentum to actually gap Luke. And yeah, look at that. Suddenly it's opened up. So Norris's brief moment in the sun of second place already looking like it may be setting as such. You can't tell because he's only still less than one mistake behind. Plinko comes across in a 44.8 to a 46.0. So yeah, not a couple of seconds there, but we are getting into back marker land. 17 seconds the lead for... Oh, and a big problem there for the three. So that's kind of ended Luke's attack for a while. He got stranded on a rope and lost 3 or 4 seconds again. So two not very good laps after being overtaken. And Mike now has a big, big lead. And that kind of leaves me scanning a position where we can look at what's going on. Let's pick up our leader. It's about to go on to the brick section, the one car, just behind the green 8 to let the green 8 out. That's if the 8 of Luke Vandenberg lets him through. So Valkus is still going, and still going very, very fast indeed. Already, though, I'd say that Valkus is actually driving within himself. He's established himself with a 15-second lead, and already those lethally fast early laps are not being displayed again. He's taking it much more sedately. Ken, of course, one of the Elcon twins with Tim van der Elst, but of course van der Elst moved over to the Ultron chassis a couple of years ago, so they've had to do their own thing, and there's definitely a little bit of rain in the wind. And of course it was in fact a good bit of cooperative driving between Van der Elst and Ken Valkus back in Austria 2 years ago in Fairing. Actually brought Valkus a two-wheel drive championship there at Fairing in 2015. But this is 2017, this is Nene Valley. This is the weather rapidly becoming more inclement, but they should get through this one without any rain because we're just about coming up to halfway. And so far, it's been a masterclass from the Belgian licensed Ken Valkus. Coming around the King Cobra corner. Just to give you an idea, as he now goes up and over and onto the bricks, that is when second place man Mike Plinko started a new lap. So that's half a lap of anyone's money. Third place man Carl Norris has started a lap now. But Valkus is not going quick. He's dropped down to 45s. He's had a lot of traffic recently, but he's been doing 45-second laps. So there's actually been a net gain of about 2 or 3 seconds over the last couple of laps by Carl. Unfortunately, sorry, by Mike. But unfortunately, he's only got 15 minutes to make it up. And I'm pretty certain there's a huge amount of time in Ken's pocket and the pocket of that Elcon machine. The only close battle on the track, and let's pick up car 4 coming around the King Cobra corner now. It's the the orange roofed car, the 4, and that is having Alex Mulder. It's having a bit of a come and go battle with Oliver Blanchard, the Frenchman. So Mulder currently, and as I say in that, Blanchard throws it off and ruins the battle, but Mulder is in 6th, Blanchard is in 7th. The Mulder on the 4. Blanchard who got this in at the end, and not too far ahead of Mulder actually in the orange car is the 5th place man, Kevin Van Melder. The green car immediately ahead of him is actually about to be lapped. It's the car that broke down early of Luke Vandenberg. So it'll be interesting to see how Mulder deals with Vandenberg. Been quite a low-key event really for the Dutchman Mulder. We've seen him in a number of A-finals over the years, and this time he's in the A-finals, 4th qualifier, but finals not gone well. Made a bad start 15 minutes ago and dropped down to last, picked up this place when Vandenberg broke, and then has slowly crawled back through, but he's only got himself over to 6th. But Kevin van Meerdorf, who is running in 5th place, is the blue car, who is, as you see, Alex, will see a blue car flashing past him the other way, and that is the car, his target, 5th place. And last time round, he managed to gain a few tenths, but this time round he hasn't got traffic, so he's much, much closer already. So it does look like he has got a chance to pick up the 9 of Kevin van Meerdorf, a Dutchman after a Dutchman. Interesting that Blanchard, the Frenchman's kind of gave up again, but Meerdorf not having the greatest couple of laps. And it's a good chance here for Alex Mulder to pick up that 5th place. Nothing happening at the front, by the way. Valkus is still not going quickly, but he doesn't need to go quickly. His lead is just dropping. So across that time round, Van Meerdorf ahead of Alex Mulder we're looking at was about 0.8 of a second slower. Both the leaders are going a bit slower than they were because they're mired in traffic. But they are 17 seconds apart. 11 seconds further back is Carl Norris in 3rd. Martin Kraus is a further 14 seconds back in 4th. And then Kevin van Meerdorf, who is the leading car, the blue and white car ahead of the orange car with. He's in 5th. The orange car of Alex Mulder we see now is in 6th. Go on to the main straight now. When you look around this corner, you'll see just disappearing into the left of your screen the 9, the blue and white. Blue is blue. It's kind of a dull bluey green, and as you see Mulder always a couple of slacks on. So Van Meerdorf is absolute now being harried for 5th place by Mulder. So that lead has disappeared over half yard. And now Mulder now looking to get the inside. Oh, he's just been let through. So interesting. Kevin van Meerdorf, they are teammates, they're exactly the same car. I can see that has decided he's not going to argue with Mulder and just let him through. Now, which is, I'm not quite sure why, because Martin Kraus is about an hour and a half up the road in the 6 car. I'll tell you exactly how far they are when they go past now, and the answer is 17 seconds. Ken Valkus has recovered his pace again, the 44.7. 11 minutes to go. Let's have a little shifty back with Ken. He's just about to start a new lap, Matt, underneath us in a second, red and white and blue. It's always good to go back and see how things are going. And a few slow laps going through traffic because basically he's driven so brilliantly he didn't need to push. His lead is quite an effortless 15 or 16 seconds. Because I can tell you right now that Mike Plinko has only just finished the lap, and it is actually 19 seconds. So Valkus is doing what looks like quite slow laps, but still stretching the lead each time. And the car is coming up to lap is the yellow and blue 6 car of Martin Kraus. So he's now coming up to lap 4th, just to give you an idea of how well it's going. And we are, well, just over 20 minutes. So he's in 4 seconds time, we'll be 2/3 down. And Ken Valkus will find himself a lap ahead of everyone up to 4th place. In fact, over to 3rd place. He was lapped 4th place. That's the yellow car ahead of him. He's not pushing, you can see. He's obviously got a lot in hand. He's gained 45 seconds on this man in 26 laps, which is nearly 2 seconds a lap, or 1.5 seconds a lap. Kraus will be told to move out of the way from the leader. The referee should be looking at that now, hasn't it, so far? Now, if he's got any sense, he'll go wide here. No, Kraus not yet being told to move aside. Hasn't got the effective referee's blue flags for Valkus. They come into the hairpin before they get onto the back straight, and they put the power down for probably the longest, fastest bit, because they can carry a bit more speed into this second corner. And that was a pretty good way of letting him through. Didn't lose too much time. And into the hairpin again, up and over the double. They're all single it now. We had it early on, first couple of laps. Some of these 2-wheel drives did double it. All the 4-wheel drives will double it. And down the main straight. This is the tricky bit, apparently. If you ease, brake and turn in this corner, which is very inconsistent. Both of them did it very well. Valkus, unsurprisingly, especially well. He did a 46-second lap that time, because he was trying to get past Kraus. Next target, Carl Norris, is still a few corners away. And I'm already regretting taking my coat off. Plinko remains 2nd, Norris remains 3rd, Mulder is 5th. Blanchard has got past Kevin van Medvoort. But he's not particularly near Mulder. Plante is 8th, Dan Kleibum is 9th, and Luke Vandenberg, who had a stoppage early on, is a few laps off the pace in 10th. Now Mulder, I think, just lost a position. Maybe lost 2 positions. He was rolled over there. Indeed he did. He dropped down to 6th. So let's pick up our 2nd place man. He's about to go on the bricks now. And that is Plinko. Down to the last 7 minutes. He is currently 25 seconds. How is it constantly? Oh, that's why, because he just ticked another lap. He's about 25 seconds, about 20 seconds back from Valkus. And he has an 8-second lead over Norris. So Mike's had a couple of instances off camera, because Norris has gained a few seconds on it since we last gave the gaps. That was the instant then, wasn't it? Up on 2 wheels and hoping for the best. Oh, we're with the 10 car. This isn't Mike. This is the 10 car of Oliver Blanchard, who's actually gone behind Mulder again. So Blanchard behind Mulder. Mulder the orange car in 4. Blanchard really overdoing it there on the bricks. This is a second go getting Mike on the main straight now. Underneath you now. So 6 minutes to go, and Mike is 24 seconds off the lead. That's near as doesn't matter half a lap. He is about 11 seconds ahead of Carl again in 3rd. Plinko working out the last 5 minutes. This half-hour final comes through the Samba S. And let's drop back to 3rd place, which is Carl Norris who's on the bricks now. There he goes. Everything is good ahead of him. From Belgium, Ken Valkus is looking to his second European Championship in what has been a rather impressive performance. Spoke to him at lunchtime, seemed ultimately relaxed. Oh dear. So it's a chance to see that again on the Duke Racing replay. What happened there to Luke? Everything's looking fine at the moment. He comes around the hairpin, powers away. Did he try and double it? He thought about doubling it and got a really nasty compression bounce and bounce back up again. Four minutes to go. So in fourth place is car number 6, and Martin Kraus. The yellow car just about to go onto the back straight now. That's the one. Convenient, the only yellow car on the race. There's a lot of cars that look very similar. Martin Kraus is number 6 in fourth place. Does not look very similar because it's yellow. Ahead of him is Blanchard. So interesting, fourth is about to lap 7th. Blanchard doesn't want to get lapped, but he still is about to lap him. So we have had quite a big split in this. His fourth is a lap ahead of 7th. Thanks to Martineau. Nice comments, thank you. Oh, that's a Marshall thwack. Always good for a bit of fun. Sorry. So what happened there in the Duke Racing replay? He comes in, he gets... Oh, he just kind of tried to avoid it. And now the Marshall said, ow, that really hurt. That Marshall who walked that off is a brave boy because that hurt. I think the five cars broken as Dan Kriebel, I'm afraid. We've lost Dan right at the last minute. Still have Ken, still have Mike, still have Carl, still have Martin. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the fourth place man with 2 minutes 27 seconds to go. Alex Mulder is in 5th. Theo Plante's done well. He's come up past Blanchard. Oh, another 9 car of Kevin Van Meerdervoort has broken down as well. So he lost about 3 cars. He went way out of fuel. Wouldn't know why 2 would drive more thirsty than forward. We lost 2 cars in the last couple of seconds. And I think there's a problem with the 4 car as well. So I think we've got a problem with Alex Mulder's car. It's upside down the main straight. We're on it already, but and that Marshall, it's the same Marshall got hit a minute ago. And the 7 car stopped. Any fuel issues? That's Theo Plante stopped. Suddenly everyone's stopping. We're losing everyone left, right and centre. Well, let's find Ken and make sure he doesn't stop because he's up at the top corner. And he's now going to go down onto the hairpin of Graffill. So the minute and 23 seconds, 3 cars stopped. We've lost Mulder's 4, Plante's 7, Kriebel's 5, all stopped. Now, I can only think they've run out of fuel, but I wouldn't think the 2-wheel drives would be low on fuel. So, but 1, 2 and 3 are still going. That's Valkyrs leading. He's about to lap third place man Carl Norris. So if anyone's run out of fuel, it's Valkyrs because he's gone further. He has 56 seconds, so he's got this lap and 1 more for Valkyrs. If he crosses the line, he can't finish any lower than third. He goes up on 2 wheels. So that weird moment there, we lost 3 cars in almost as many seconds. We have just 6 cars circulating now, as Ken Valkyrs starts what really is a victory lap, his last lap. Quite superb performance by the Belgian. Has led from the flag, eased out to lead. Mike Plinko couldn't really bring anything to it, then got stuck behind Carl Norris, and even at the end of that, just didn't have the pace. And Valky is one of the most thinking drivers in the grid. Absolutely placed himself where he needs to be. Paced the whole way through. After some very quick opening laps, Just wound it back by a second half a lap, took it especially careful through traffic, and kept it 4 wheels down and no problem whatsoever. So just going to fly these 2 singles, turn round, and Ken Valkus of Belgium is your 2-wheel drive European champion, regaining the title he won in 2015 in Austria. Well done, Ken.